Your top stories this evening, sponsored by Courts, bringing value home. New Demerara River Bridge soon to be commissioned. Replicas of the CACIQUE Crown of Honor mounted on Twin Towers. Cops demand $10,000 from outgoing passenger at CJIA. Caught on camera, charges pending. Police urges public to refrain from offering bribes. BETERVERWAGTING Centenarian Blanche Duke rings in 101st birthday. SILVIES Industrial Solutions launches Guyana's first AI product selection agent. And in sport, it was goals galore on day one of the Courts Pee Wee Under 11 Schools Championship. HGP Nightly News begins now. Good evening to our viewers here in Guyana and online. I'm ALETHEA Grant with the Monday 29th September 2025 edition of the HGP Nightly News. This is what we will tell you this evening. Replicas of the CACIQUE Crown of Honor, Guyana's second highest national award, was over the weekend placed on top of the Twin Towers of the new Demerara Harbor Bridge as the approximately $260 million structure nears completion. Marvin Cato reports.
This crown measures about 5.2 meters in height and about 5.4 meters in diameter, and it weighs about 12 tons.
That was Project Manager Patrick Thompson giving what may be his last update before the commissioning of the new Demerara River Bridge. It is important to note that this magnificent edifice has faced several delays and missed deadlines. At one point, the Minister of Public Works had indicated that in order to meet the last deadline given, which was in August, just before the recently concluded election, load testing would not be necessary and the bridge would be commissioned.
The structure is now 100% completed. The paving is 100% completed. Most of the auxiliary installations have been done.
Subsequently, a decision was made and announced by the Vice President that there will be load testing and the bridge will then be opened in late September. With one more day remaining in the month, there is great anticipation now that more than 95% of the work has been completed and the remaining works will be completed this week and possible commissioning before the end of the week. The new Demerara River Bridge is set to offset the long lines of traffic being experienced by commuters using the old river bridge, and according to statistics, more than 50,000 persons are expected to commute between the east and west bank of the Demerara River.
And then ultimately the commissioning so that all Guyanese will be able to enjoy this with great glee and pride.
Agricultural production and commerce between regions 3 and 4 is expected to be also significantly improved. Marvin Cato reporting for HGP Nightly News.
For only $10,000, 2 law enforcement officers have found themselves in serious trouble. Travis Chase tells the story.
An inspector and a corporal who were stationed at the Treddy Dragon International Airport have been caught on camera demanding money from a passenger before her items could have been released. Police confirmed that the officers involved were placed under close arrest while the Office of Professional Responsibility carries out a full investigation. Nightly News has been informed that the inspector and his corporal demanded 10,000 Guyana dollars from the outgoing passenger to allow the release of certain items the passenger had in a luggage. The passenger, Nightly News was told, turned out to be a close relative of a very senior minister of the government. The passenger complained to that minister and an investigation was launched. In a statement released to the press, the Guyana Police Force said that the government of Guyana has now instructed that from Monday, September 29, 2025, all law enforcement officers operating at any port of entry, whether at airports or other border points, will be required to wear body cameras. The force says this is a measure to enhance accountability and transparency. The force now says it has zero tolerance for corruption and warns that any officer found guilty of extortion or bribery will face the full force of the law, as it reminds that no payment of any kind is required to clear lawful items through CJIA or any other port. A source familiar with the investigation confirmed that, for now at least, the ranks will face several departmental charges. Travis Chase, HGP Nightly News.
Meanwhile, in light of that incident, the Guyana Police Force has urged the public to refrain from offering bribes as it reiterates a zero tolerance for corruption. Marvin Cato is on that story.
The Guyana Police Force, GPF, in a strongly worded missive to the public, is urging that no one should be offering police officers bribes. There is a zero-tolerance approach to corruption, according to the GPF, that has been marred by corruption and bribery allegations over the last 5 years. President Irfan Ali and new Minister of Home Affairs, Onich Waldron, since re-election, has been ramping up the rhetoric as it relates to the need to stamp out corruption. The Guyana Police Force has noted with concern an increasing number of incidents where individuals attempt to influence police officers through bribes and tokens of appreciation in order to evade lawful procedures. Such actions not only compromise the values of justice and fairness, but also contribute significantly to the erosion of public trust in law enforcement institutions, the police force said. The GPF reminds members of the public that both the giver and receiver of a bribe are culpable under the law and will face the full consequences. The government has invested in more than 5,000 body cameras thus far in order to fight the scourge of bribery and corruption. The Guyana Police Force calls on all citizens to respect the law, uphold one's integrity, and desist from offering bribes or inducements of any kind. The force says it remains committed to serving and protecting with professionalism, integrity, and honor. Marvin Cato reporting for HGP Nightly News.
Join us after the break. We have more news for you.
Welcome to SNL Electrical Inc., where lighting and electrical needs are met with expertise and style. From the latest in electrical lamps to durable cables, circuit breakers, panels, we have it all. Illuminate your space with our elegant chandeliers, stunning crystal lights, and versatile pole lights. Looking to upgrade your comfort? Explore top-of-the-line AC units and our diverse selections of stylish styles. Visit us at 170-180 Thomas Street, Kitty, Georgetown. Discover a solution that not only lights up your world but transforms it. Call us on telephone number 226-3018 or 223-1634. SNL Electrical Inc., powering your life with elegance, quality.
Did you tell him that Danny went to pick up KFC?
No, wait a minute. Are we really not going to tell him we already have KFC? A tasty dinner shouldn't be that complicated. Crunch the routine and order a delicious KFC bucket for the best price. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Commissioner establishment. No job is too small or too large. We specialize in all types of fabricating machinery, excavator repairs, rice field pumps, and hydraulic hoses. Visit us at Lot 113, Block CC, Manripo, East Coast, Demerara, or call 220-9624-629-4021 or 619-7880. At Krishna Rock Establishment, no job is too small or too large.
With the HGP Nightly News, the Office of the Auditor General is working to enhance its ability to audit offshore activities. As oil production increases, there is a good reason for the office to strengthen its skills and capacity, Antonio Day reports.
Despite efforts to enhance its capabilities within the oil and gas sector, the Office of the Auditor General continues to lack the requisite capacity to conduct audits of offshore activities in the Sabro Block, as oil and gas production levels continue to escalate. As a result, the Auditor General's office has shifted its focus to regulatory agencies like the Ghana Revenue Authority, the Environmental Protection Agency, and the Ghana Geology and Mines Commission, which oversee oil and gas production and manage revenue streams. Auditor General Didat Sharma recently acknowledged that his office does not possess the necessary expertise or human resources to effectively audit offshore operations.
No, we would not have hired the adequate staff because I'm now building the oil and gas sector section.
He emphasized that significant human resources, including petroleum engineers and legal specialists, are required to build the appropriate capacity.
They might need a specialized engineer, but the actual auditing in terms of the oil and gas sector, I cannot audit what is happening out there. It will involve legal people, many engineers.
Sharma admitted that the audit office is currently far from achieving this level of preparedness. His comments on incomplete capital projects, including the Barmy Primary and Bellevue Pump Station, are included in the upcoming 2024 Auditor General Report. The report was presented to Parliament last week. Sharma expressed concerns about the quality of the work being done, saying that taxpayers' money should be accounted for.
You have a lot of youngsters in the ministries and departments, and they have to quickly get themselves up to date. We are there to protect the taxpayer dollars, and that is my duty, to ensure that the taxpayer dollars is spent wisely.
Ganesh Paul and Director of Finance, both parliamentary representatives for the Partnership for National Unity, have criticized the audit office's timeliness of reports. Antonio Day reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
CISPRO Incorporated, a Guyanese women-led company that participated in the nation's inaugural oil block auction launched in 2022, will be one of 4 companies scheduled to sign contracts with the government of Guyana in October. This announcement was made by Minister of Natural Resources Vikram Bharat during a recent interview on Starting Point Oil and Gas Edition. Antonio Day reports.
We have wrapped up I think about 4 of those PSA will be signed in a month time or so.
This is October we're looking at?
Yes, in October. CISPRO, sorry. A Guyanese company, and I'm very proud that it's a Guyanese company, especially our women folks, getting involved in the oil and gas sector.
That was Minister of Natural Resources Vikram Bharat during an interview on Starting Point, hosted by Kiana Wilbur. The subject minister acknowledged that the process of finalizing the production sharing agreements, PSAs, for the auction required considerable time. He noted the government was tasked with updating and developing a new model PSA with terms and conditions that are more advantageous compared to those governing ExxonMobil Ghana Limited's operations in the Sabro Block. Additionally, he indicated that negotiations with the companies contributed to delays.
It has been since 2022 that we launched that bid round process. In 2023, we did evaluation, and a number of companies would have bid for about 8 of the 14 blocks. And they were awarded those blocks.
Minister Bharat said that with new developments in the oil and gas industry, The government must ensure costs recovered from these daily activities are well accounted for. Speaking to the recent approval of ExxonMobil Guyana's 7th project, Hammerhead, Barrett said that with a projection of over 900,000 barrels of oil per day, the sector continues to attract significant interest.
The quality of our crude is world class. I can tell you that for sure. The demand for Guyana's crude is tremendous. Every time we advertise to market our crude, we attract almost every single major oil and gas trader around the world and oil and gas company around the world. So Hammerhead will add to that.
Antonio D reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
More than a century of life has given Miss Blanche Duke plenty of wisdom to share. The retired teacher, who turned 101, says friendship, kindness, and faith are the secrets of living well. Find out more from Tiana Cole.
Centenarian and former teacher Blanche Duke celebrated her 101st birthday on Monday and was surrounded by family, friends, and members of the St. Paul's Anglican Church in Pleasance. The milestone was marked with a Thanksgiving service and reception on Sunday, where church members described her as a tower of strength and praised her role as both an educator and a pillar of the community. Blanche, who said she never expected to live this long, expressed joy in surprising others with her age.
It's the people you meet and the way you behave helps you.
Reflecting on her long life, Blanche credits friendship and positive relationships as key factors in her longevity.
The people you are for your friends and how you behave towards them and how they behave towards you helps you. If not, you get all words and worked up about things.
Despite her age, Blanche still enjoys some of her favorite pastimes. She shared that pepper pot, metamji, and cook-up rice remain her favorite dishes, while cricket is her sport of choice. Though she no longer sews or knits, she now enjoys other hobbies.
So now I'm left with reading and I'm trying to write, doing a crossword puzzle or doing some kind of word game.
Our advice to young people is simple but profound. Move carefully in life and not to place blind trust in everyone.
You got to take your time and not everything you see you can try. Some things that you think are right ones aren't right.
She also reminded them to avoid unnecessary pressure while also giving this sound piece of advice.
Take things easily. As I said, do it at your pace.
As she reflects on more than a century of life, Blanche Duke's story stands as a testimony to resilience, community, and the timeless importance of love and friendship. Tiana Cole reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
We have more news after this break. Stay with us.
Planning a cleanup? We can help. Sevon's Waste Management skip bins can be provided for home renovation projects, yard cleanup, or construction project. It's simple. Step 1, give us a call. Step 2, we put down the bin. Step 3, load it up with all of your junk. Step 4, we take it away. That's simple. Bins are also available in various sizes, so there is no job that is too big or too small. Call Sevon's Waste Management today at 218-1455.
Granny, what are you doing on the right of way? Like you're saying that the sunshine stretched your legs. Sunshine? Look, forget I ask. You know you're not supposed to be on the right of way, Granny. But I am digging, building, burning, or planting. No horsing wrong, no horse riding, or nothing for doing horses. But sunshine? But you and sunshine get out the right of way. Sunshine, I'll be glad. Good.
Mom, did you tell him that Danny went to pick up KFC?
No, wait a minute. Are we really not going to tell him we already have KFC?
A tasty dinner shouldn't be that complicated. Crunch the routine and order a delicious KFC bucket for the best price. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
With us, you're with the HGP Nightly News. As Guyana observes World Heart Day 2025, the Ministry of Health is highlighting the urgent need for the prevention of cardiovascular disease, CVDs. Heart attacks and stroke remain among the leading cause of death in the country, reflecting a global trend in which nearly 17 million people die from CVDs annually. Tiana Cole is on that story.
Minister of Health Dr. Frank Anthony emphasizes that most cardiovascular diseases are preventable when individuals address modifiable risk factors. His comments come as the Ministry of Health joins the international community in observing World Heart Day 2025. In a statement, the ministry is encouraging citizens to avoid using tobacco, limiting alcohol consumption, maintaining a balanced diet rich in fruits and vegetables, staying physically active, managing stress, and ensuring adequate rest. Rising rates of hypertension, diabetes, obesity, and high cholesterol are contributing to the increase in heart disease, with more young people now being diagnosed, challenging the notion that heart disease is only a concern for older adults. To strengthen prevention and treatment efforts, the ministry has implemented the PAHO WHO Heart Program, which improves diagnosis and management of hypertension and related risk factors. So far, 247 health facilities across Guyana have adopted the program, which plans to expand to every health center by 2026. In addition, new national guidelines for cardiovascular diseases have been introduced, ensuring that healthcare providers have access to evidence-based standards for prevention, early detection, and treatment. Alongside these preventative measures, the ministry continues to provide life-saving medical care and financial support. Between 2020 and 2024, over 9,715 patients receive assistance, valued at $4.2 billion, covering cardiac procedures, dialysis, cancer treatment, and joint replacements. The number of beneficiaries have grown steadily from 772 patients in 2020 to 2,629 in 2024. The minister urges all citizens to know their key health indicators, including blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar levels, and to make daily choices that support heart health. By engaging in at least 150 minutes of physical activity weekly, eating nutritious meals, avoiding harmful habits, and managing stress, Guyanese can significantly reduce the risk of heart disease. World Heart Day 2025, under the theme, Use Heart for Every Heart, reminds the nation that heart protection extends beyond medical interventions. The Ministry of Health continues to advance policies, guidelines, and programs to make healthy living more accessible and affordable, encouraging everyone to take responsibility for their own heart health and that of their families, communities, and nation. Tiana Cole reporting for the HGP Nightly News.
Steel pan, brass, and soca filled the air at the Kingston Beach as Republic Bank's Pan, Brass, and Soca delivered an unforgettable night of music and culture. As part of Guyana's Cricket Carnival celebrations, the event showcased top local and regional talent. Jada June was there and filed this report.
Kingston Beach came alive on September 27th as the much-anticipated Republic Bank, Pan, Brass, and Soca lit up the Cricket Carnival calendar with a vibrant explosion of song, culture, and community. The event, hosted in collaboration with the Ministry of Culture, Youth and Sport and the CJIA Group, brought together thousands of Guyanese and visitors from an unforgettable evening of music and celebration. Featuring the harmonious blend of steel pan, brass instruments, and pulsating soca rhythms, the show highlighted the diversity and richness of the Caribbean's musical landscape. The lineup boosted stellar performances from Mixmaster Tony, Sel Andre, the CJIA Steel Ensemble, the Guyana Police Force Steel Orchestra, OKC, Omaya Hall, Carolyn Burnett, A.W. Lyrical, the Heatwave Band, Destroy the Panis, John Chukery, and Adam Agley, and the Insomniac Band. One of the stand-up performers, Jamal Stewart of the Guyana Police Force Steel Orchestra, captured the essence of the night.
So Pan, Brass, and Soca basically tells you everything about the event. Pan, the brass, and the person singing the soca and everything, the music. It's diverse. It's about the different instruments and the different culture within the music.
Stewart noted the significant growth of the event, which has expanded not just in scale, but also in international appeal.
From this year to now, it started, I don't want to say it started very small because even when it started, it was big, and now it's huge. Like, the amount of people at this pulls, like, internationally, America, Trinidad, different countries, and regions.
The energy of the crowd matched the power of the performances, with thousands dancing, waving flags, and soaking in the artistry of steel pan and brass. The event served not only as an entertainment, but also as a cultural showcase, reinforcing Guyana's role as a hub for music, unity, and celebration. Jada June reporting for HGP Nightly News.
SILVIES Industrial Solutions has launched Sylvie AI, the country's first product selection agent designed to assist local businesses deliver world-class customer service and strengthen supply chain. Jada June has that story.
Sylvies Industrial Solutions has officially launched the Sylvie AI, Guyana's first product selection agent, marking a significant milestone in transforming Guyana's digital landscape. The groundbreaking platform is designed to reshape how local businesses interact with customers and manage operations at scale. Unlike traditional tech rollouts, Sylvie AI focuses on democratizing businesses' intelligence, a resource once reserved for large corporations. Small retailers, industrial suppliers, and growing enterprises can now access 24/7 customer service, multilingual support, and smart product recommendations through familiar platforms such as WhatsApp.
As we keep developing her and making her more smarter, it's going to be easier for actually customer to purchase. And now that she's directing you how you can go purchase.
Company officials explain that this innovation directly addresses critical gaps in customer service and human resources, enabling businesses to respond faster, strengthen supply chains, and meet global service standards. The technology is already being recognized as a driver of systematic change, creating stronger and more resilient economic ecosystem across Guyana. The launch has drawn national attention with major outlets such as Stabroek News and Guyana Times, highlighting its potential to enhance efficiency and economic empowerment. Earlier adopters report improvement in customer satisfaction and operational performance, demonstrating the real-world benefits of the platform. Sylvie's Industrial Solutions emphasize that this is just the beginning of a broader vision, expanding digital capabilities across the country and providing small and medium-sized businesses with tools to compete internationally. The company underscored that technology is not only about solving problems, but also about unlocking opportunities. Every small business that can now offer world-class customer service represents a step forward in building a more competitive and resilient Guyana. Jada June reporting for HGP Nightly News.
Stay tuned for regional news.
Live the island dream. It's your chance to be one of over 100 winners in the Island Dream promotion. Win your share of more than $1 million in cash and prizes, plus 2 all-inclusive weekend staycations for 2. And that's not all. Score coolers packed with Buster, Turbo, Altitude, and Viva. Just buy any can or bottle of Turbo, Buster, Altitude, or Viva. Find the code starting with BB, then visit at Buster Guyana or Turbo_Caribbean on IG or Facebook for details.
Live the island dream, get money. Live the island dream.
After a devastating fire destroyed physics equipment at the University of Guyana in 2014, we had to stick to theory-based lecturing. That's when ExxonMobil Guyana stepped in to help. Today, students can turn STEM theory into practice in ways they couldn't before. Reaching for the stars is now more possible than ever. I am Samuel, and this is what's possible.
Learn more about Mr. Lee's story and how ExxonMobil's investments in education are benefiting students across Guyana at www.exxonmobil.com/what-is-possible.
Granny, what are you doing on the right of way? Like you're saying, let the sunshine stretch your legs. Sunshine? Look, forget I ask. You know you're not supposed to be on the right of way, Granny.
But I am digging, building, burning, or planting.
No horsing wrong, no horse riding, or nothing for doing horses.
But Sunshine?
But you and Sunshine get out of the right of way.
Sunshine, a bit of
Good.
Mom, did you tell him that Danny went to pick up KFC?
No, wait a minute. Are we really not going to tell him we already have KFC?
A tasty dinner shouldn't be that complicated. Crunch the routine and order a delicious KFC bucket for the best price. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
Good evening and welcome to Monday's edition of the Regional News. The fight against drug trafficking must rest on cooperation and law, and interdictions should proceed under clear legal authority, says Antigua and Barbuda Prime Minister Gaston Brown. Brown made a comment while speaking after Trinidad and Tobago Prime Minister Kamala Persad Bissessar at the United Nations General Assembly. Brown culminated his address by speaking about the conduct of counter-narcotics operations in the Caribbean Sea. He stressed that interdictions should proceed under clear legal authority and rules of engagement that minimize risk to life, respect for sovereignty, and the law of the sea, and prompt information sharing and review. Brown added that Antigua and Barbuda stands ready to work with all partners against traffickers. They are concerned with the buildup of military assets, including a nuclear submarine, indicating the possibility of military conflict. He reminded everyone that the region should be respected as a zone of peace. Prime Minister Mia Mottley used the United Nations 80th General Assembly platform to warn the United States and Venezuela that the rising tension could put the Southern Caribbean at risk, even as a result of an accident. Mottley said that in the Caribbean Sea, quote-unquote, we're now seeing a shocking violation of a hemispheric understanding that the Caribbean be treated as a zone of peace. Since there has been a buildup of military assets in the last few weeks in the Caribbean by both sides, by the United States of America and by Venezuela. On September 5, the U.S. carried out a strike on a ship in the vicinity of Venezuela, killing 11 people it claimed were, quote-unquote, narco-terrorists of the violent and deadly Tren Diagro gang. However, Venezuela maintained that was not the case and recently launched 3 days of military exercises, putting on display its Russian-built fighter jets. The Jamaican Constabulary Force, JCF, is raising concern about a mid-year surge in suicides, warning that the island could face a worsening crisis if urgent interventions are not stepped up. The warning comes against the backdrop of several recent suspected suicides that have reignited public debate about the pressures facing Jamaicans, youth, and young adults. Between January and September 2025, the JCF recorded 44 suicides, compared with 53 cases over the same period in 2024, a 16.9% decline year-on-year. At face value, this decline appears positive. However, the monthly breakdown reveals a troubling pattern, the JCF said in a statement on Sunday. According to the police, suicides were consistently lower in the first 6 months of 2025 than in 2024, but July, August, and September showed a sharp reversal. July recorded 8 suicides, a 33% increase over July 2024, while August and September rose by 20% and 25% respectively. Thank you for watching. I am Tiana Cole.
Let's now join Darwin Neblet for HGP's Sports Pulse.
Good evening, Guyana. I'm Delwyn Neblett with your HGP TV Sports Pulse for today, Monday, the 29th of September, 2025. Action concluded in the 2025 Heritage Games at the Everest Sports Club ground on Sunday. In women's volleyball, Region 1 defeated Region 6 to be crowned champions, while Region 1 also defeated Region 7 in the men's final. In women's cricket, openers Anastasia Valenzuela and Yonit Welcome set the foundation for Region 1 as they defeated Region 4 by 1 run in an epic final. On the men's side, Ash Burke-Winkirk of Region 7 proved to be too much for the Region 4 batters as he picked up 4 wickets to lead his side to an emphatic victory. In football, Region 10 ladies dominated against Region 7 as the talented Sandra Johnson scored a superb hat-trick in the first half, and Jeladi Trim also scored once in a winning effort. The men's football title was claimed by Region 9 after securing a 3-2 victory over Region 7 in a keenly fought contest. Moving into table tennis, Ghana's Senior National Table Tennis Championships made a triumphant return after a 2-year hiatus, bringing Ghana's best players back to the spotlight at the National Gymnasium on Mandela Avenue. The long-awaited tournament revived the tradition of crowning the nation's top athletes and reignited enthusiasm among fans of the sport. Shamar Britain dominated the championship, claiming 3 titles over the opening weekend. On Sunday, Britain captured the men's singles title, remaining unbeaten to secure the top spot. Elishaba Johnson finished second, while the multi-talented Jonathan Van Lang placed third. On Saturday, Britain first secured the mixed doubles crown alongside Olympian Chelsea Edgell, defeating Samara Sukai and Colin Wong in 4 sets. He then partnered with Van Lang to capture the men's doubles title, overcoming Elishaba Johnson and Niran Bisu in a 5-set thriller. Moving into squash, the One Guyana President's Cup Squash Tournament 2025 held at the National Racket Center on Camp Street witnessed a dominant performance from siblings Ashley and Jason Ray Khalil, who defeated Luis De Silva and Avery Arjun to claim the mixed doubles title. The night's biggest upset came when Sunny Seth and Kaylee Lowe overcame Mary Fungafat and Alex Arjun. In girls' doubles, Emily Fungafat and Kaylee Lowe prevailed over Zoe MacDonald and Tihani Munro, while Malia Maiku and Riley Rodriguez defeated Avery Arjun and Tiana Gomes. In the junior mixed doubles, Luis De Silva and Kylie Lowe beat Egan Bulkan and Riley Fernandes, while Ethan Bulkan and Emily Fungafat defeated Justin Tenpau and Avery Arjun. Jason Ray Khalil later teamed up with Nicholas Verwey and added the men's doubles title to his mixed doubles success, cementing a standout tournament. In football, it was goals and more goals on day 1 of the court's Pee Wee Under-11 Schools Championship 2025. Defending champion Santa Rosa Primary and other schools wasted no time in putting points on the board. Results include St. John the Baptist 6, Teresa's Primary, 0. Santa Rosa Primary 6, Good Fortune, 0. Potaro Primary 3, Winford Gardens 1. West Rhymeveld 4, St. Aloysius Primary 0. Lenora Primary 4, Clonbrook Primary 1. Redeemer Primary 3, Smith's Memorial 2, Santa Rosa 1, North Rhymeveld 0, St. Gabriel's Primary 3, St. Stephen's Primary 0, and Tugville Primary 2, Stella Maris 0. It was an explosive opening day packed with scoring action and promises to have a lot more action as the tournament progresses. Now for some horse racing, Retournia Vince Story stole the spotlight at the Clash in the Big Yard yesterday at the Port Moran Turf Club, powering Slingers Racing Stables to yet another marquee win. The 4-year-old Brazilian bay colt, ridden by Ronaldo Apadu, broke smartly and kept poised behind the pace before launching his move in the final turn. As the field swept in the stretch, Apadu pulled the trigger and Retournia Vince Story unleashed a devastating sprint to the line, winning convincingly in the $4 million feature race. The victory earned owner Javid Ali $2 million and further cemented Slingers Racing Stables' reputation as Guyana's top stable over the recent years. Placing second was Loyal Company from the Jack Dio Stables, and in third place was Spankerts from Jay's Racing Stable. And finally, in cricket, Nepal secures historic series win against the West Indies in Sharjah. In a remarkable turn of events, Nepal achieved a historic series victory over the West Indies in Sharjah, clinching the 3-match T20 International Series 2-0. This triumph marks Nepal's first ever series win against a full ICC member nation, underscoring their rapid ascent in international cricket. In the series opener on September 27th at the Sharjah Cricket Stadium, Nepal defeated the West Indies by 19 runs to claim their maiden victory over a full ICC member nation. Nepal posted a total of 148 for 8 in their 20 overs, with captain Rohit Paudel contributing a steady 38 runs. In response, the Windies were restricted to 129 for 9, with Nepal's bowlers and fielders maintaining tight control throughout the innings. Earlier today, Nepal delivered a commanding performance in the second T20 International, winning by a substantial margin of 90 runs. Batting first, Nepal set a formidable target of 173 for 6 off of their allotment of 20 overs, with Asif Sheikh leading the charge, scoring 68 runs off of 47 balls, and Sundeep Jor supporting with an unbeaten 63 runs from 39 deliveries. In reply, the West Indies were bowled out for a mere 83 runs in 16.1 overs, with Nepal's bowlers executing their plans quite proficiently. The final match of the series is scheduled for tomorrow, Tuesday. Also in cricket, the Guyana Cricket Board and the 13 Inter-County Tournament commenced this past weekend with remarkable performances on Saturday and Sunday. In the opening match at LBI, Demerara faced BRIBES and posted a total of 167 all out in 39.4 overs. Batting first, Nathaniel Ramkelawan scored 28 and captain Lamar Sicharan 19, as well as Afras Khan 20. BRIBES' bowlers shared the wickets with Afras Ali, Kemraj Bharat and Kelvin Henry, each taking 2 wickets. In reply, BRIBES' Afras Ali played a resilient innings, scoring 55 from 75, but lacked support as wickets fell around him. They were eventually bowled out for 112 in 27.3 overs, giving Demerara a 55-run victory. At the Luzignan Community Centre ground, CACIQUE took on the GCB Select 11. CACIQUE batted first, setting a target of 173 for 6 off of their allotment of 20 overs. Asif Sheikh led the charge with a score of 68 runs from 47 deliveries, and Sundeep Jor supported with an unbeaten 63 from 39 as Thailand picked up 2 wickets. In reply, the GCB Select 11 were bowled out for 83 runs in 16.1 overs, giving BRIBES a commanding 90-run victory. In a record-breaking match at LBI, Demerara's captain Lamar Sicharan scored a majestic 144 runs, becoming the first player to score a century in the tournament's history. This stellar performance propelled Demerara to a commanding total. In response, CACIQUE were bowled out for 83 runs in 16.1 overs, with Demerara's bowlers Ashton Collins taking 3 for 15 and Nathaniel Ramkelawan 3 for 1, sealing a 194-run victory. At Luzignan, BRIBES' Adrian Emmanuel delivered a remarkable bowling performance, taking 7 wickets for 12 runs, the best bowling figures in the tournament's history. Captain Saeed Gajnabi also shone brightly with a sparkling 78 not out, leading BRIBES to a winning total. That's it for this edition of the HGP TV Sports Pulse. I'm Delwyn Neblet, reminding you to stay in the game.
New Demerara River Bridge soon to be commissioned. Replicas of CACIQUE Crown of Honor mounted on Twin Towers. Cops demand $10,000 from outgoing passenger at CJIA caught on camera. Charges pending, while police urges public to refrain from offering bribes. BETERVERWAGTING Centenarian Blanche Duke rings in 101st birthday. SILVIES Industrial Solutions launches Guyana's first AI product selection agent. And in sport, it was goals galore on day 1 of the Courts Pee-wee Under 11 Schools Championships. Those are our major headlines. For these stories and more, please go to our website. It's www.hgptv.com. I'm ALETHEA Grant. Thanks for watching.